Hello, everybody. I'm Duke, the doer of sports, the Duke of entertainment. Sports fans, let's talk sports. The 20th anniversary of Bret Hart getting screwed in Montreal, Canada, by Vince McMahon, and knew. Everybody knew about it. I said the Hart Foundation and Bret Hart. But could there have been a better way of doing it? So Bret Hart could gone to the WCW and just had been on good terms with WWF. But no, Vince McMahon wanted to screw Bret. It was the only way because these two guys were fighting each other. They were actually fighting each other. Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. And they didn't like each other. And their egos got in the way. Vince McMahon's ego got in the way. Things could have been so much different. Things could have been different, and it would have been better. It would have been better if Vince McMahon just said, "Man, I can't do this. This is going to be kicking back at me. It's going to come back at me someday." Because what goes around comes around. And I think that what's happening with WWF right now, these days, where people are like me aren't watching. It doesn't mean that there's not people watching. I could look at all the stats of how many people are watching Raw, SmackDown, and the pay-per-views, and how many seats they sell out in arenas. And I bet it'd be still a big number of people still watching, still buying tickets, because people love WWE. But what if Vince McMahon went in there and said, "Hey, Bret, is there a way that you, me, and Sean could talk about this? Because I was gonna screw you out of your heavyweight championship belt, and I know that this might cause a lot of rift between us, and that we might have bad blood between us, and I don't want that. We've been in business together for 20 years in the WWE. He started as the Hart Foundation with his brother Neidhart. History, McMahon. Vince McMahon, there's history between you, and you 20 years ago screwed him. You could have done it so differently. You could have had him at a DQ with Shawn and Bret Hart, or had Triple H and China and the Hart Foundation come fight each other on Monday night, and Bret Hart just says, "I'm out of here. Take the belt. I don't want it." Wouldn't it have been better that way? Wouldn't it have been so much that we wouldn't have so much of a rift between McMahon and Triple H? I mean, Shawn Michaels. These people didn't talk to each other. These people weren't communicating with each other for so many years. And then a few years back, they talked to each other. But is it still, is there still that one place where they don't really like each other, that they were doing it for TV? It could be. But Shawn Michaels, heavyweight champion, he fought Undertaker. He fought Ken Shamrock. He fought Stone Cold Steve Austin. Lost his belt. He gave Stone Cold the belt, and Stone Cold ran with it. We would have never had maybe McMahon, the bad guy. And I'm telling you, McMahon, he was a great bad guy. He was one of the best bad guys, heels, whatever you want to call it, in the industry. Stone Cold. So in the matches, you could have had a heavyweight fight with Bret Hart. He could have come back about April. if he wasn't happy with WCW. Because there would have been no riff. There would have been no thing where you screwed him, McMahon, and you screwed more opportunities of bringing him back, bringing him to the WWE, WWF, and having a heavyweight fight with Stone Cold and the Hitman. You screwed yourself, McMahon. 20 years later, it still looks like it's nipping you in the butt. The wrestling industry is not what it is today or what it was a long time ago in 1997. People are moving on. The Ultimate Fighting Arena stuff, the football, a lot of sports are suffering too the same thing. It might be the ripple effect of what happened 20 years in 1997, November 9th. It will always be in every wrestling fan's mind. Every wrestling fan will just remember what happened that day, where you were, what you thought, who you thought was right. I thought Bret Hart really was the one who got screwed around. Shawn Michaels, if he did really know about it, and Triple H in China, you guys could have done something good too. But you and McMahon and Triple H in China, you guys messed up. And you might have messed up a great thing that was about to happen in the industry. The Attitude Era was already coming any way you see it. If there wasn't a screw job in Canada, or if there was. So, 20 years, I look back just thinking it could have been totally different. It could have been totally different altogether. But what happened, happened. What can you do? Let's just hope someday that McMahon can say he's sorry. Shawn Michaels, Triple H can say they're sorry for what they did to Bret Hart and his family. And as always, awesome, radical, cowabunga.